I move to strike the last word for purpose of entering into a colloquy with the chairman.
The gentleman is recognized for 5 minutes.
Madam Chairwoman, I rise today for the purpose of entering into a colloquy with Chairman Wolf, somebody I have great respect for, and compliment him on a bill that he has prepared along with the ranking member. I prepared an amendment at the desk this evening that would reduce $8 million from the Census Bureau and instead move that money to the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration's Operations, Research, and Facilities account for the Office of Marine and Aviation Operations, essentially NOAA Marine Research. I appreciate the Chairman's comments about continuing to slice at the Census Bureau account, and for that reason I rise for purposes of a colloquy. I understand the bill includes $175 million to operate and maintain NOAA ships. While I would have liked to see that number increased, I understand it does match the President's budget and in fact represents an increase of over $5 million above the enacted level from last year for purposes of additional days at sea. NOAA research, marine research, is critical for a number of reasons. I represent a Gulf Coast district, many members of this House do, and one of the purposes of NOAA marine research and one of the benefits that we see from it is more and better stock assessments when it comes to fisheries. We need to do better as a nation in our stock assessments and how we study fisheries. We need to have additional study and research into juvenile stocks, the survivability of juvenile stocks. We need to have better research into invasive species and how that leads to closures. Perhaps the best way we could ever address closures is with additional research into studying the survivability of juvenile stocks. NOAA marine research also advances our interest in water quality. It educates us and provides additional research for federal agencies when it comes to emergency situations like oil spills, red tide plumes, which are critical in the Gulf, as well as responding to the stranding of endangered marine mammals. NOAA marine research also ultimately for areas along the Gulf and other areas in the nation improve our economies. It affects the quantity of fish that we are able to produce for our food supply, but it also addresses quality of life for communities like mine in Pinellas County. It also assists the economic development for regional economies that depend on a robust fish stock. The increase that I would have proposed tonight was in an effort to help NOAA better fulfill this research mission, as it's something that I believe we need to continue to put an emphasis on. I thank the Chairman for his commitment thus far already in the Chairman's mark in the bill we're considering today when it comes to NOAA marine fisheries and marine research. But I would simply ask the Chairman to consider continuing this commitment as this process winds its way. As you get to conference, if there's an opportunity to identify additional resources, I certainly would appreciate the Chairman and the ranking member's consideration.
If the gentleman would yield.
I would be happy.